Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to our annual Groundhog Day Hop, hosted by Jackie, who is JQ Crafty here on YouTube, and it's her birthday, so we're celebrating it too. And this is my original that I lifted to make the first layout for the first year. So this one coming up is the first year. And the only thing I don't like about it is I wish my flowers were smaller. I used a die that was layered and I really liked it, but once I actually stepped back and looked at my layout, I thought it was too big. This one I really liked because I just, well, it's grungy, I like that. So that's a big reason I liked it. And if y'all notice that I used a 6x6 paper pad on these. However, today I am not using a 6x6 paper pad. I'm using those two photos there and a couple of sets of dies, and that is not where I pulled the pieces I used from. I did not use any flowers on here. I fussy cut this out of that paper because I wanted to add it. And this is 49 and Market Spectrum Gardenia with some Spectrum sherbet mixed in. And oh, and that's left over from the last layout. If y'all watch my last layout, I cut a chunk out of the film strip and I'm using it now. When I first pulled these pictures out to use because I knew I needed to, and they needed to be smaller, I thought I'd use a 6x6 paper pad, but this was still laying on my table. And I thought, oh, those colors would be great with the pictures. And the pictures are a couple of my grandkids, and they are at one of those things where they have the big, big tire trucks, as you can see them behind them. And they do all kinds of stuff. I mean, they drive over hill looking things and then they're on the two back tires with the front end in the air. And if you ever been to one, you know what I'm talking about. However, they are not all colorful like these two here, but those colors work perfectly with this collection because there's purple and blue and green and turquoise and I don't know what all on there. And so I thought, well, I need a colorful collection. And I was trying to think of a 6x6 paper pad. And no, I wasn't coming up with any. So I used the one on my desk. But let's see, where am I at on this? Oh, I'm pulling out pieces on the first, well, four layouts. I that has the two pictures and they are kind of set differently on different ones. But it has two photos, and then beneath it, it has like phrase stickers, pretty much, and labels and things like that. Well, there's these tickets in this one, and then, well, I guess the square ones look kind of like tickets too, but they are phrase stickers. Well, not stickers, they're ephemera, they're laser cuts, I believe. And I thought, well, they'll work beneath it. So the whole thing worked out. And I knew that there was one in there that had a diagonal uh, faux mixed media in the background. And I thought, well, I need the diagonal anyway. So yeah, this worked out great. Maybe y'all might think I went a little rogue, and I kind of wondered if I was. But, when you're doing a layout, you kind of think, uh, how can I do it my way? And of course, doing it the same way for the last four layouts, well, 4 years, because I think it was about a year before then that I'd even done the other one. I thought, well, I can do something a little bit different on this one and still have an angle, have labels and phrases and stuff under the bottom. And yeah, I was going for that. And the thing they went to is called Trucks Gone Wild. And it's really noisy and a lot of fun. But yeah, they got their pictures taken with it. And oh, here I cut that pin, the top part of the pin down the middle so I could slide it underneath the film strip and it looked like it's pinned on the film strip. And oh, and another good thing about this, using this collection, I could use some of the scraps and make me some gears to go on here. I haven't used gears in a little while. So I was really excited about that when I thought of it. And when I cut the gears out, I made sure I held the gears over the little tray and saved all the little pieces that were in the inside of the gears if they were round. And so I will be using them on my layout too. Even though I liked the idea of enamel dots on there, that's why they're laying there. I didn't think I needed both, so they aren't going to go on there. Um, I am really seriously getting close to getting done. When you have 49 and market and it's already pretty much all done for you, it does not take long to get done with it. But while I'm adding the gears and the dots to my layout, I think I'm going to add one little phrase sticker too. I want to mention that down there below you'll find the playlist for the Groundhog Day Hop. And you'll also find Jackie on the playlist, I'm sure. And so make sure you stop by and tell her happy birthday while you're at it. Let's see. Yes, there's the phrase sticker, well, phrase fragment that I am using. And it's all the good vibes and more. And as you saw when I was putting the photos on there, I almost put the one that's on the right on the left. But I noticed that Jason wasn't facing the camera, so I moved it over so he'd be looking back into the center of the layout instead of away. Um, let's see. Hope is doing very well though. Where am I at? Oh, I got a few more of these to add, and you will see in a minute that I made a mistake. I do not notice it until I am literally done with the layout, but I will notice it. Thank goodness. I would hate to think that I don't notice it until like I go to put it in the album. But yeah, I notice it before then. And let's see. Yeah, I'm still adding these. I could have cut some of this out, right? But I didn't. So yeah, you get to watch me add some gears on here. Well, I did cut a tiny bit out of some of those dots because I knew there were all dots going on there. But see all those little tiny ones? I am going to add them. But again, thanks to the magic of editing, you will not have to watch me add all of them. I know y'all were probably worried. I cutting this little bit off the top, the little part on the film strip. And as you can see, I'm bumfuzzled a little bit. Well, I made a rookie mistake. Yeah, I forgot to cut the branding strip off. Well, I really liked that at the bottom with the diagonal stripes. And I thought, man, I don't want to cut that off, even though it looked great on another layout too. So instead, I cut the top part off because I figured that was just the film strip. And I did get a tiny, tiny bit of that gear, but I really like the bottom part being on there, so it's going to stay. But that's my finished layout. And you can tell I went along with all the others before it and didn't actually go rogue, I guess. I just looked at it a little bit differently this time and used the diagonal mixed media, faux mixed media across the center. And there's the circle thingy. I think it's a color wheel. I'm not 100% sure, but I thought it looked good on there. And there's my title. And like I said, it's the name of the annual event. That's why I made it for the title. And there's the film strip that I cut off just a wee bit more than I planned on originally. Well, I guess half an inch. I think that's the width of a branding strip. And again, there's my completed layout. And if I don't forget, I'll leave links to all my previous layouts so you can see how to use a 6x6 paper pad with it. But thank y'all so very, very much for joining me today. And I hope that you check out everybody else on the hop and tell Jackie happy birthday. Have a happy scrappy week. Bye.